was accused and has now been convicted of basically what Donald Trump was accused of but did not do. Donald Trump was accused of getting Russia to install him as president in this first term. He didn't, and Russia didn't. But Sarkozy went to Muammar Gaddafi, and his aides did, and said, hey, can you give me some money? This is when he ran for president successfully in 2007. So, John, this is actually a really interesting story, because in France, the way that, they've addressed the problems that we have with excessive money in electoral politics is that every candidate gets the same exact amount of money. It comes out of the treasury. And so what happens, and so it's a great idea. The problem is, if you're, what's the word, scum, then you cheat and you decide that you want an extra advantage and you want to spend extra money. But, it's sort of like analogous to like how Ronald Reagan couldn't get money from Congress for the Contras. So he, set up the whole, Iran-Contra affair to get a slush fund that he could go do an end run around Congress. In the same way, Sarkozy couldn't get the money, in France from campaign contributors. So his people went to the Libyans and said, like, hey, when our guy becomes president, he'll look kindly upon you, and how about some cash for Nikki, so he can run for president successfully. There's no evidence that the scheme ever came to pass. There's no evidence that money ever changed hands. There's no evidence that any money was spent from any Libyan money was spent. Mm-hmm. But that said, the talks took place, and there was a discussion, and there was a scheme, but it never materialized. He was convicted not of actually doing it, but of the conspiracy. So he's going to prison. He can appeal. He has a mechanism to appeal. But in this particular round, he has to report to prison within a month, and his appeal can proceed while he's waiting for after he reports to prison. But he's going to go. He's going to be the former president of France, is going to be in prison probably for at least a year as a result of all this.